This is a literary analysis wheel, and it's a tool that we'll use as we examine fictional texts. It can help us examine those literary elements in the text that we read, and it can help us understand how each element individually can contribute to the story overall. First, let's start with the outer ring. We have plot, setting, characters, and point of view. These are elements you should be very familiar with and able to identify to some extent. Now, as we read closely for clues and evidence, we can analyze these elements at much higher thinking levels. The inside ring includes elements that really require your brain to go below the surface. You can identify different aspects of how the writer has used language in the text. We call this author's craft, by the way. Mood, then, is the feeling that you as the reader get. That is, the way I, as the reader, feel when I read a piece of text. Tone, however, is the author's attitude or how they feel about their topic or subject. And we have to be detectives to figure out just how this writer feels. We have to use the clues. Symbols are things, then, that are used to represent something else, like an idea. For example, we're all familiar with the United States flag. It is a symbol, and as a symbol, it represents freedom. Finally, in our wheel, we have theme in the middle. It's often the most challenging element because you have to use all of the other elements in these outer two rings to help you figure out or determine the theme of the text. Now, we can refer to this wheel as we analyze text. Sometimes we might focus on specific parts of the wheel at a time, but eventually we'll be able to examine how each part in this wheel works together and how changes in one area can impact the other areas or other elements.